Hello everyone, it's Bubbles from Venom Fluid Art. Hope you're enjoying the amazing Fluid Art Express ride today. I'm glad you've all come to join me in Venom's garage. So what I wanted to do today is, I just thought I'd stick my head on camera for just a little minute because I just wanted to put a big shout out to all you viewers and thank you so much for all the love and support you've given not only myself and Venom, but all our amazing artists that put all their time and effort into making the Express the adventure it is for you every week. So, and I'd love to put a big shout out to the Nathan of the Fine Art of Distraction. He reached his 50th video and 1,000 subs. Now, he couldn't have done that without you, so thank you so much. We also had Tassie in the last month or so. She reached her 1,000 subscribers as well, and she's now up to her number 61 video. And we have the lovely Shannon from ShanB Fluid Art. She's now up to 61 videos this week and 555 subscribers. And we have Tony and Kat, the hippie dippy painter man. So they're now up to their number 72 video and they're up to 276 subscribers. And not last but least, we have our lovely Kristey, Kreations by Kristey. Now she's up to 119 videos and 2,230 subscribers. Now also on our famous Fluid Art Express, we have our amazing guests. We've had Angie Mason Fluid Art. We've had Addie Art in France. And we've also had Andrea Caron with Wearing Your Art on Your Sleeve. Amazing artist, beautiful woman. And a few weeks ago, we actually had the lovely Joanne Ralstein Art come and join us with some of her amazing creations. And she'll be back this week as well to join us. But just for you viewers, I just really wanted to put a big shout out and a thank you because we couldn't grow and build without you. So we really do appreciate you watching us every week. And with one of our artists on the Express, if you think that one of your friends or, you know, one of your friends may like to join and subscribe, put a shout out to one of our artists. Let's help them build. I want to see everyone on the Express get over that 1,000 mark for subscribers. And let's just help them build. So, now, enough of looking at my head. I think we're going to paint. What do you reckon? So, what we're going to do is I will get this camera turned around, remove my head. Alrighty, now that my head is off the screen, I think let's get ready to paint. So what I was thinking today is I've got some really cool eye candies I'm going to use. So I'll mention them first so that way I can just get to painting. So we're going to use Senshi Red. We're going to use Eye Candy's Cosmic Red. We're going to use Arc Orange, but a little bit of something from Venom with a twist. And we're also going to use another custom orange that Venom's made me. And now this is what I think is really cool because if you don't have a lot of different colours at home to choose from, why can't you mix them up and make some new colours? Add bits and pieces here and there, and you end up with some really cool colours. Like, look at that. That is just delightful. So I know over the last few weeks too, Venom's actually done 2 videos. One was on blinging your chew paint, which was very cool, and we'll put the number up on the screen for you right now. And the other one he actually did was, what did you do? Pigments.
I messed around with the pigments and made them different colours.
Absolutely. So we'll put the name of that video up right now too. So that way, if you don't have a big colour range and you can't really afford to go out and buy a heap of different pigments that you want right now and colours, learn how to mix and match. That way you expand your range without buying any more, which I think's really cool.
It is.
Really cool.
Definitely. So
what I'm sort of envisioning today is I have this gorgeous MDF heart that the lovely Wombat has made for me. And what we're going to do first is we're going to start out by doing a bloom. And hopefully another very cool video he did this week was tips and tricks with that little mini blower, Mr. George. So I'll put that number up this week too because that was an absolute gem. Anyone first trying the mini blower? How many times did you watch someone else doing it and go, that looks like it'd be a piece of cake? And then when you actually have your first go, like I did, I blew paint everywhere. And when I looked down at my canvas at the end, there was next to nothing left. And that's probably why poor George looks like this to this day. But I can't part with him. He's part of the family. But that video, really cool tips and tricks. Really cool tips and tricks. Just to make life that little bit easier. So I hope you've watched it, and if you haven't, give it a go. It really will put some light bulbs on where you were sort of going, where am I going wrong? And hopefully, before you know it, you'll be doing happy dances and creating zinger after zinger. So that one is another gorgeous eye candy. I failed to mention that at first. That one is the lovely Kin. It is a really stunning colour. So now we're going to go down with our arc orange with a twist. There's probably 10% of the paints in this garage, and probably because they've been hidden from Venom, are true to what comes out of the pot. Other than that, we mix and match. It's cool just to see what new colours you can create. I think it gets to be a bit of an addiction though too, to be honest. So that is that one we've got down. Now this one's actually a really cool colour too, and I like this one. It's a Japanese steel, it's called. It's another eye candy. So really deep colour. Sort of like a grey with a steel twist. But what it does in between other colours is why I use that one. Just because when you put, like I've put a bit of gold down, I've got that custom lighter orange on the bottom, then the arc orange. When you blow this out, it's going to give some definition between the colours and break it up a bit for you. Just so they don't all seem like they blend into one, which is, I'm not a fan of it. But realistically, fluid art, each to their own. What some of us don't like, others think are beautiful. But wouldn't the world be a very boring place if we all liked the same thing? So now we'll put down this cosmic red. Now I only want a little bit of that first, because then I'm going to get well, what we're going to do right now is hide that from Venom, and I'm just going to grab the spare one I've got because I just dropped the CA in his custom colour. Ew.
What
so,
did you
spare!
do?
That was an oopsie and a half. And the worst part is, right now, guys, he's in the room. I really can't hide what I just did, but, yeah, stuff like that happens to me quite often. I get too much in the zone and oops. So, pretty cool we had a spare, right? So I'm just going to walk that bit of colour back down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you hear that tone then in the background? It was just a mm-hmm. That's all right. Evidence is gone. It's in the bin.
It's on camera.
So, what my idea with this one was today is if you are attempting to bloom and you're still practicing and things go wrong, don't scrape it. Don't waste your paint. There's always something else you can do. Always. I mean, no, it may not be what you initially set out to do, but if you go in and do different effects and different techniques where you did make your error, you still come out with something beautiful you can be proud of. And fluid art, I don't care what anyone says. There are no rules. It's your art. So, what we're going to do after this is we're going to go in on the sides and we're going to do some palette knife swipes. Just to show you, if you don't get yourselves right to the edge or you blow through that pillow, you can fix it. And then if all else fails in the very end, I always say, go over the lot with a radial swipe. Fixes everything. Amazing stuff. So I am going to pop some bubbles this time because last time I had a play with this, and I am using my black too, so you very rarely see the bubbles use black bases. That's because it's my nemesis, and for some reason, doesn't always go right. So hopefully it goes a little bit right, because I do love these colours together. So a bit more. Now remember too, you blind it out by mouth. I probably would have had the amount I just had, but we're going in with the mini blower. So you got a lot more air moving around. You need more CA. Alright, are you ready, George? He's pretty excited there. Now, I'm going to leave that like that for a minute. And we're just going to watch it, because sometimes, if you've got a thicker CA like I'm using today, you got to wait for it a little bit. Have that strange little word they called patience. Yeah, strange little word, isn't it? Patience. So I can actually see there are bubbles, or cells I should say, starting to pop through now. So let's just give them a chance to do what they're going to do for a minute. And what we're going to do, while that's doing hopefully something, is we're going to grab this little fella out. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a play on the sides. So this is probably the perfect example of what I could be showing people right now, because for number one, although I'm fussy, I get that, I could deal with it, but colour, look at the size of it. Look how much negative space we've still got. Yes, that's going to spin out a little bit, but to me, this isn't going to spread out enough, and it's just going to sort of look like this thing stuck in the middle. So we don't want that. So what we're going to do is add a little bit to the outer and help it spread right out for us. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of negative space. Anyone that knows me knows that. But sometimes, and definitely on different shapes, you do want it to go out a little bit further than what this has. And as I said, black is my nemesis, but we're going to beat it today, because as I said, if all else fails, we're just going over the lot with a radial. Either way, we're going to have something dazzling, hopefully. And a little bit of that orange would be super cool. That arc orange, eye candy, oh, it's the bomb. Love it. So I think what we're going to do here, guys, is start up here, because I sort of like these cells. Now look, this is another thing too. A lot of people, when they're doing the palette knife swipes, see how I haven't got that much on? So I can turn that all the way around. Hold it there, nothing's dripping off. So that's the biggest mistake I think people make, is just thinking they need too much. Remember, a little bit Goes a long way. So let's do something with it. Alright, swipe one. We'll let it just sit for a minute and do its thing while we go to the other side. So as you can see, where I thought I'd done way too much in that centre with the CA and it wasn't going to sing, actually doing something else has given that time, and we've got a really cool bloom centre. So sometimes you think that you've actually buggered it up, but you need to just walk away, go make yourself a coffee, pour a drink, have a snack, then come back and have a look. And that's the thing, you'll have them cells coming, but sometimes you're just too quick and you scrape before you give it a chance. Especially if it's a thicker CA, give it a chance to do its thing. I've learnt this. Venom's slowly teaching me that strange word we talked about earlier, patience. We don't always have it though, do we? Sometimes that instant gratification is just so damn rewarding. Alrighty, so now, big negative space going on over here. So, we're going to do that. I think we need one more on the other side. It's not doing a lot that I wanted it to do. So that's okay. That's the joy of the palette knife. Doesn't matter how many times you go in. Just keep playing with it until you're happy. Now I think we'll get a bit more gold going on that one. A bit more of that lighter custom orange. Cosmic red, you rock our world. Just saying. And I'm leaving the Japanese steel out of this one, just because black CA, black base, I don't think I need it for the palette knife swipes. So, let's go in here again. There we go. That's going to make me smile politely, hopefully. So, I really got to stop wiping my palette knife on my shirts too. It's probably why they end up stiff as a board. So, now let's have a little bit of a play with our bloom. I think what we'll do here, a little bit of a pattern. Let's go around the side here. And we want to bring some of that around. Geez, doesn't that lighter orange just pop? It really just stands out, that. I think that's gorgeous. Walk that round a bit. Alright, so now let's just open them up a little bit. One side. Now what I think we'll do is take her for a spin, see what she's going to do for us, because it's never too late to go in with something else if you want to. So I'll just ditch that. Now spin her a bit slower at first, because I haven't really used these shaped hard or the size much before, so I just failed to do what I tell everyone else to do, and when you spin your pillow, watch what way it's moving. Didn't do that. So, I'm learning. I think that looks really cool. I'm actually really happy with that one. So we have our bloom through the centre, and you can see where we didn't get to our edges with our colour. We've added our 2 palette knife swipes down the side, and we've got some really cool colour in there too. Some really pretty cells. It just gives it a bit of a different effect, doesn't it? So what I'll do, I'll get Venom to, aka Darren, to do a close-up so you can have a good look, but I'll pop her up so you can have a look. So I think my best advice for anyone today is if something doesn't go right with the first technique you're trying, add to it. Don't give up on it. There's always something else you can do. Make it unique to you. So I hope you enjoyed that one today. It was just a little bit of a tip and trick, so don't scrape paint. Keep going, because it's not over till we say it is. So I'll just check, because I always get too carried away and don't pop them last minute bubbles. Ah, super cool. Yellow bubble popped through. Sorry, get excited. But that is really cool. Alrighty, so that is me for this week. I hope you enjoyed it this week. Next after me today we have the amazing Joanne Ralston from Joanne Ralston Art. Amazing artist and beautiful person. I hope you're subscribed so you can join her in her chat.
Joanne actually told me it's Ralston.
Ralston. I'm going to work on that, Joe.
We have to pronounce it properly. Ralston.
There we go. I am just so glad you're here with us because I love your work. So make sure you are subscribed so you can join her in the chat and give her another big warm express welcome. And that is it for me this week. So until next time, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day.